Dude, last Thursday was really weird. I mean, it started out great, right? It started out with a really nice drive up to Skinchan in the beautiful Volkswagen Arteon. Mwah! But then after that, there was this restaurant that was in the middle of a paddy field, and then there was also this Malaysian ninja dude who was running around and jumping from hay bale to hay bale. I don't know, it was just wild. But that's just the show portion of the event. The real reason why we were invited out to Skinchan by Volkswagen Malaysia was actually to preview the brand new Mk8 Golfs. Now, there isn't like a spec sheet or anything that I can share with you yet, but we were allowed to, like, you know, touch the cars and get in the cars and sit inside and like see what they feel like. So yeah, here is, I guess, your quick preview and quick look at the upcoming Golfs. Okay, so the two models that were present for us to preview were the Golf R-Line in white and also the Golf GTI in red. Now, none of these designs are super new or something we haven't seen before because the Mk8 body and design, I think, has been around since, what, 2019? And I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of the way they look. I get it, it's supposed to be more aerodynamic, you know, the whole swooping front bit with the bumper. And it's also supposed to be more efficient because of that, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I personally like my hatchbacks to be a little bit more boxy. So yeah, that's it. Still, I think if the goal was to keep it looking like a Golf, then VW has done it. I also really like the way that they did their headlamps, especially with like the way the DRLs are shaped. It looks kind of like unimpressed, like, and I think that's kind of cool. They've also kept the GTI's looks more restrained, you know, as is tradition, with just a few red accents and GTI badges here and there, including the classic red lipstick across the front grille. But I'm not sure I really like the wheels because they have these big, like, almost like fan blade spokes, and I don't really like the way they look. Around back though, things are looking really clean with just a logo in the middle and either Golf or GTI under it, depending on the model. You also pop the boot by pushing on the logo and pulling up, you know, in one swift motion, but it's not an electric boot, so you have to actually lift the lid to get it to open. Inside, everything's also really similar between the models. Obviously, the GTI has a couple of GTI badges here and there, but not as many as I expected. What will immediately catch your eye though is the digital cluster and head unit. It's all screens in here, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like there are any physical buttons. Damn it, VW, you really gotta do me like this, especially after I was just done praising you for keeping all the buttons on the Tiguan. Like, come on! In the place of the buttons though, you get a bunch of capacitive controls on the steering wheel and in the center console. Now, I think that the touch controls on the wheel are still okay because they're, you know, properly contoured, so you can still kind of feel what you're pressing, and every time you press something, they also give you like a small little vibration when they register, so it's kind of like a smartphone. I also think that it's cool that you can just adjust your media volume by sliding across the volume section under the screen or on your wheel. Speaking of things I don't like in the car though, is the center aisle. If you look really closely, you can see that there isn't a proper shifter anymore. Instead, you get this little lump that you push and pull on to change between the gears. I also think that the rest of the buttons on the console here don't look nearly as premium as the ones in the Tiguan Allspace R-Line. That's kind of disappointing. Still, as far as digital car dashes go, I think that the screens VW have put into the new Golfs are solid. I don't think they're exactly the same screens as the one that was in the Tiguan when I reviewed it, but they are also still sharp, bright, and very responsive. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the big home button that's on the right of the screen because I think it looks like, you know, it kind of looks like they stole it from a tablet from 2010, and that is not a great look. But digital dash aside, the rest of the interior is really nice in classic VW fashion. You know, you get this really nice comfy seats, and also the steering wheel is really well proportioned. As far as performance goes, like I said earlier, I don't have like a spec sheet that I can share with you or anything, but reports indicate that the Golf R-Line will come with a 1.4-liter TSI engine with a little bit less than 150 horsepower, while the Golf GTI will come with a 2-liter TSI engine that will make about 240 horsepower. Now, depending on who you ask, this can either be a good or a bad thing because, you know, like I said in my Tiguan review, the DSG transmission takes a little bit of learning to get used to, and not everybody's gonna like it. But for me personally, I think that the DSG is just so integral to the Volkswagen experience that, you know, not seeing it on a car as iconic as the Golf, it's a bit, feels kind of bad lah, you know. The GTI, however, will retain the DSG transmission, so I guess there's that. Finally, there's the fact that both of these vehicles will come as CKD models, so that means that they will be locally assembled, but unfortunately, we don't know how much they will be priced just yet. Still, this is a pretty big deal, especially for the GTI, because that means that Malaysia is now one of only 3 countries in the whole world where this high-performance hot hatch will be assembled, and I think that's something that we can be proud of. But yeah, that's it for this video. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot else to share with you, but guys, it's important to note that I am an auto journalist now. Oh my god, like I couldn't even say it with conviction. But yeah, anyway, if you want to see more car content, make sure you let me know in the comments section below. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. But you know, if you have any other questions of the new Golfs, you can let me know, and if we do get our hands on a review unit, fingers crossed, you'll see that video come out sometime soon on this channel. Alright, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rory, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.